Hello everybody. Today Arubi Sharma will be taking up comparison of fractions. I'll be doing both comparison of like fractions and comparison of unlike fractions. Now, as all of you know, like fractions are fractions having the same denominator, and unlike fractions are fractions having different denominators. Now here there's a figure. Say we take a circle, and I hope you remember that both the circles, these two circles, must be of same size. Now, when we say 3 by 5 and 4 by 5, each circle is divided into 5 equal parts. For 3 by 5, this has to be divided into 5 equal parts to show 3 parts out of that. And this also, we divide into 5 equal parts, the denominator, and 4 is the shaded part, see. Now, from here, it is obvious that 4 by 5 is greater than 3 by 5. So for any like fraction, that is with the same denominators, if the numerator is greater, fraction is also greater. Now in unlike fractions, the same numerator. Now unlike fractions with the same numerator but different denominators, this we can do directly. Like fractions, we can directly say which is greater. Even in unlike fractions with same numerator, we can say which is greater, which is smaller directly. How? If we see now, suppose you have a circle, you divide into 6 equal parts. So your 5 parts will be greater, isn't it? You divide that same circle into 12 equal parts, the 5 parts will become smaller. Now suppose you will understand better with the pizza. Say your large pizza has 8 parts. You take 1 part or 2 parts, say out of that 8 part, you know the size. But if the 8 parts were to be divided into 16 parts, and you take 2 parts out of that, now the parts have become very small. So out of that, this part will be smaller. Suppose I have, say, 8 parts, and say I take up 5 parts. Out of that 5 parts, you know how big it is going to be, isn't it, in a big pizza? But if that same 8 parts are divided into 16 parts, the pieces will become smaller. So if I take 5 parts, it will become smaller only. So I hope you have got the basic idea. So what happens, another way you can do is you draw a rectangle of the same size. Say how many rectangles you'll need to represent this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles. So 5 rectangles you draw, they must be of the same size. That is what, children, you must always remember. And when you're dividing that rectangle into parts, it must be equal. So the first rectangle you divide into 6 equal parts. So you draw vertical line 6 equal parts. Then for the next one, you take this one, you first divide into 6 equal parts and draw a line in between. So you'll get 12 equal parts. The next one, you draw 7 equal parts. You can draw like this also. It's up to you how you draw. The fourth one, you divide into 16 equal parts, and then the 13 equal parts. So when you draw, you will find, and you shade 5 parts from each of the figures. You'll find that the one with the greatest denominator is the smallest fraction. Okay, this is just the opposite of like fraction. So you just have to know this line and you practice it. So accordingly, 5 by, in descending order, the greatest fraction comes first. So 5 by 6, which is greater than 5 by 7. And this is the smallest fraction. Similarly, this, okay. Now this is a figure. Now see, I have here it's a circle I've drawn. You can draw a rectangle because that helps us to divide it equal parts easily. Now if you have taken a circle of equal size, now one you have to show 1 by 3 and one is 1 by 4. So see, equal size divided into 4 equal parts, and for this I divided 3 equal parts. Numerators are same. One part is shaded, one part is shaded. So what do you do? This will be the, so 1 by 4 is smaller or not? So I hope it's clear to you. Now comparing like unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are what? They have different denominators. Just now we have studied. We have just now we did unlike fractions but same numerator. But here everything is different. Now what will you do in this case of unlike fractions? Now we have to find out. Now with 2 by 3 and 4 by 5 we cannot compare because all are different parts. So what we do, we make the denominator same. That is, the total number of parts must be same. Now how can we make it same? We have to find the LCM of 3 and 5. It is, now see here, if I take say, what to say, 15, 30. I know if I make this 30, I can make it 30 by multiplying by 10, multiplying by 10, equivalent fraction. This also by 6 and 6, both will be 30. Then also denominator is same. I can make 60 also. I can make 15 also. But we always find the LCM, the lowest common multiple. We don't go for the higher multiples, common multiples. We take the lowest common multiple. So what do we do? Find the LCM of 3 and 5. Children, more than the sum, it is important you know the rules so that you can do any number of sums. So learn the rules and understand the rules nicely. Why we are doing it? So when I find the LCM of 3 and 5, that is the common multiple and the lowest common multiple, we get 15. Now you have to find the LCM here. You know how to find the LCM. You have to show how you make finding the LCM of 3 and 5. Now what we do, since we are not able to compare these two directly, we will find a substitute fraction which is equal to 2 by 3. That means an equivalent fraction of 2 by 3. Similarly, an equivalent fraction of 4 by 5. Okay, and then we will compare, because we are not, like, see, in a school, suppose when one teacher is absent, you get a substitute teacher. You don't get someone else, a staff or someone else going in. You get a substitute teacher who can replace the teacher. Someone equal, isn't it? So here also, when 2 by 3, we are not able to work with 2 by 3 and 4 by 5, we find someone equal to 2 by 3, one fraction, and one fraction equal to 4 by 5. And that how can we do? See now, we find the LCM of the denominators and we find equivalent fraction. So why LCM? Because instead of finding any equivalent fraction, if we find something which will help us. Now, if I take into 15, then how do I get 15? Into 5 into 5, equivalent fraction. And this one into 3 into 3, denominator is 15. So what we are doing, we are getting like fractions. And like fractions are very easy to compare. Out of 15 parts, 12 parts is greater. Out of 15 parts, 10 parts is smaller. Isn't it? 10 by 15 is less than 12 by 15. So we write that. Now 10 by 15, whose equivalent fraction was that? 2 by 3. So we write 2 by 3 less than 4 by 5. That was the original question. I hope you have understood. Now you will get also sums like this. Arranging in ascending and descending order. It is the same way. What we do, we find the LCM of all these numbers, the lowest common multiple, and then we'll make the denominators all these same, and we'll make the, now see, suppose here we got 24 as the LCM. Now the LCM you will find by your method. Now suppose if 24 is the LCM, now we just counted 1 by 24. Please do not do that. We have to find a replacement. We cannot write 1 by 2 is 1 by 24, isn't it? We have to find something equal to 1 by 2 whose denominator is 24. Remember, this was the missing one. So that same way, 1 by 2 is 24 is the LCM. So how you get, how will you get the numerator? You multiply both by 12, 2 into 12 is 24. So this also numerator also you'll multiply by 12. And accordingly, you will find equivalent fraction of 2 by 3, whose denominator is 24. So like that, you find out all the fractions. Now it becomes very easy to compare. Only that you have to pay attention. Do not get distracted, otherwise you'll go wrong here. If it is ascending order, you will write this for the smaller one first, 9 by 24, then 12 by 24, then 16 by 24, then 20 by 24. And then in place of 9 by 24, you'll write 3 by 8. In place of 12 by 24, you'll write half. In place of 16 by 24, you'll write 2 by 3. And in place of 20 by 24, you'll write 5 by 6. So I've done, these sums are done for you. You can go through these sums, do on your own and check the steps and method. And then you can do your classwork. And this one, in ascending order, this is the way you write. First you write this, then you write this. In descending order, it is bigger to smaller. When it is like fraction, it's not difficult, isn't it? When you can convert it to like fractions. So now you see here, these were unlike fractions. Now in the figure, if you want to understand by an activity, see here, you have, now remember they must be equal every time. I'm telling you the things must be equal. If I've taken a circle, you have to take an equal circle. Now denominator is the total number of parts. Here also total number of parts 6. And then what do you get? Numerator is say shaded part. Here also shaded part is this. So from the figure, you can easily say 5 by 6 is greater. Now when we do the sums, we cannot keep on drawing, suppose ascending order, descending order, we cannot keep on drawing same size, coloring and all. That we can do as an activity. Otherwise, we cannot do in every sum, isn't it? So what we do, we find the LCM of the denominators and then find an equivalent fraction of 3 by 4 with that LCM as the denominator. And for 5 by 6 with that same denominator. And then we find the numerator like from equivalent fraction. We find the numerator of this and then it becomes easy to compare. So that's clear, I hope. That's all for today. So for comparison of fractions, for like fractions, greater the numerator, greater is the fraction. For unlike fractions, with the same numerator, it's just the opposite. Greater the denominator, if the denominator is greater, fraction becomes smaller. And then for unlike fractions, with different numbers, you find the LCM of all the denominators, the lowest common multiple, okay? And that LCM you have to show near the sum. Just don't multiply. LCM of 3 and 5 is 3 into 5. No, there is a reason for 3 into 5 because they're prime numbers. But suppose you have 5 and 15. It is not 15 into 5. Remember that. You have to find the LCM. So it's better you find the LCM of the denominators by your own method, which you know. And then you make the LCM as a denominator. Then you find the equivalent fraction of all the fractions given. With that LCM as the denominator. And then you write ascending, descending order, you write comparison. Is it clear, all of you? And if you know this method nicely, it will also help you in other fraction sums. So that's all for today. Thank you, children.